This is GBC News and GTV. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. This is News Hour. My name is Winifred Efum. 6 persons were arrested yesterday at Tuba for various offences. Illegal structures were demolished and an unapproved stone quarry was also shut down. Tuba, which is in the Gas South municipality of the Greater Accra region, is on the earthquake fault line. Various warnings about looming danger in such areas are falling on deaf ears, and so a Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources in charge of mines, Mr. George Mirakuduka, paid an unannounced visit to the area in the company of the police. Clara Milano has more.
Experts have warned against construction, mining and drilling activities in the country's earthquake zones, as such activities increase the chances of earthquakes or other natural disasters such as landslides. Tuba in Gas South is on the earthquake fault line. Massive development, meaning construction of residential properties, has taken place in the area despite several warnings from NADMO and allied agencies. 36 culprits were arrested for undertaking illegal construction in the area. The personnel from the Wage-Agbawe District Police Command and the Wage-Agbawe Municipal Assembly were directed to clamp down on all such illegal activities, which include sand mining. Quarry sites at Oblogo, also at Wage-Agbawe, were closed. There is no official document permitting such operations, which are already forbidden in the area. This area is noted for sand mining. The team warned that the police swoop would happen periodically until some sanity prevailed.
We met people building. We asked for the owners, they couldn't provide. I've asked those people to be arrested, to be sent to the nearest police station for their statement to be taken. Because I've seen NADMO writing danger zone around the structures, yet they continue. They disallowed it. They did not even respect the authority that indicated a description on those structures. And I've ordered that those buildings or structures must be pulled down immediately. Unfortunately, I'm told 3 children died here. Very sad. Because of some weird activities of our own people. So we need to fix our attitude.
The visit followed a Ghana Geological Survey Authority report on dangers or geohazards associated with such earthquake-prone areas.
From Tuba, we take you to Nkoranza, where family members of late Albert Donko have rejected proposal by the Ghana Police Service to have a meeting with them and subsequently release Albert's body for burial. Our Bono East regional correspondent Samuel Ayama joins us from there with an update. Hello, Ayama.
Thank you very much, Winifred, here in the Nkoranza township since yesterday and then this morning. So the town has been very peaceful. We've seen the police, they are here in their numbers. They have positioned themselves at vantage points, trying to protect lives and property here. And then as we speak, we have seen that some military officials are also coming up here. We've seen them patrolling the town, trying to complement the efforts of the police to maintain law and order in the township. Currently, I have with me here the MP for Nkoranza South, Mr. Emmanuel Kojo Adekum, to tell us the current situation in his constituency. Sir, tell us, what's the current situation in the Nkoranza constituency?
Nkoranza is calm as usual. We are calm citizens here in Ghana. Everything is calm. There's no problem in town. With the exception of what has actually transpired for the past 3 weeks, everything else is okay here in town. I know they are chasing other people, like those who were shot and are at the hospital. The police are trying to arrest them after their surgery. Apart from that, I think everything is calm. We are only asking that we need justice for these 2 people. Albert Donko, who was killed on the 25th of last month, and Victor Kwajo Owusu, who was also shot dead with live bullet by the police 3 days ago. This is all what we're looking for, what we are asking for. And we are calling everybody to come on board for us to be able to stop the extrajudicial killing in Ghana. That is what we are seeking for. This is what the young people of Nkranza are asking for. They don't need anything extra. What they are saying is justice for Albert, justice for Victor now. And this is what we are all champions.
Yesterday there was a high power delegation from the office of the IGP. They had a meeting with the RISEC. Do you have information about what actually transpired?
I don't have information about what actually transpired. I know there's a huge police presence in Kwanzaa. I know there are a lot of people around, but I don't actually know what transpired in the RISEC meeting yesterday. There are a lot of issues going on, but I don't know what actually.
We are picking some information that the police officials, official stations in the township have been withdrawn. Do you have any information about that?
I've also heard that they are going to transfer, or they are transferring all the police members here in Kwanzaa. But that is not the solution. That is not the solution. The solution to the cry of the people of Kwanzaa is that we need justice. Those who shot Albert and killed him, whether you are transferring him to Bolga or to Accra or to Kaswa, we want the truth. Those who arrested Albert and got him killed, we want justice. So if you are transferring somebody to Accra or to Bolga or to Wa, that is not what we are asking for. We want to know who shot him dead. We want to know what kind of bullet. We want to know how many bullets actually penetrated his body. We want to know the truth in the whole thing. We also want to know who instructed the police to fire live bullets into the crowd and killed Victor Owusu, as well as there's 8 people who are on admission, critical condition. Now, as I talk, they are waiting to arrest the people who are hospitalized, those who are going through surgery. How about those who killed the boys?
We are also picking some information that the family members of Albert Donko have rejected the body. Is that true?
We don't need the body. We need an investigation. We want an independent autopsy. We want to know much. Look, this is the normal thing that happens whenever somebody gets killed by the police. The only story that comes out is that, oh, let's give it to God. We are not giving it to God. We want justice. We don't want to go and handle this case in heaven. We want it to be done here. There are laws in this country. I know we are dealing with a very powerful institution. The police service is a very powerful institution. But we want finality in this case. That is why we are seeking and we are asking for the international community. We are asking the European Union. We are calling for the American Embassy. We are calling for the British High Commission. We are calling for the Canadian High Commission. We are calling for human rights organizations in Ghana and outside Ghana to come on board. Everybody should put their eye in Kwanzaa. We want the truth about this case. We want the truth. And we want those who killed Victor and Albert to face the law. That is what we are asking for. Okay. Don't leave it to the people of Kwanzaa, the Bar Association, the human rights bodies. Everybody should come on board. Let's make sure the truth of the matter is out.
Thank you very much. We have been speaking with the MP for Nkranza, Mr. Emmanuel Kwadwo Ajekum, and he has been telling us the position of he himself and the family and the people of Nkranza. Like I mentioned earlier, there is absolutely peace in Nkranza Township as we speak. The police officials and that military are in to complement their effort to restore calm here. We'll keep an eye and ears on the ground and monitor the situation and then keep our viewers updated. For TBC News, Samuel Ayama, Nkranza.
Thank you, correspondent Samuel Ayama from Nkranza. And of course, this is a developing story, and we'll bring you updates as and when we have it. Here in Accra, the governing board of the Ghana Association Quasi-Government Health Institutions has been inaugurated. Chairman of the board, Professor Ajiman Bedua-Kosa, asked members of the association to generate and publish data on chronic non-communicable diseases recorded and managed at their facilities. This, he said, will enable them to elicit appropriate response from their parent organizations to invest into screening, early diagnosis and management of such diseases. A report by Sarah Ofori.
For the first time in 20 years, the Ghana Association of Quasi-Government Health Institutions have a governing board of directors. It is to, among other functions, formulate, review and approve policies relating to healthcare service delivery of quasi-government health institutions and make inputs in the formulation of policy by the Ministry of Health. The president of the association, Dr. Kabiru Aziz, said its members do not compromise with quality service delivery because of rigorous supervision deployed and asked to be recognized in the data they provide to the Ghana Health Service. Inaugurating the board of directors, the Minister for Health, Mr. Kweku Agyeman-Manu, lauded the association for augmenting healthcare delivery in the country with its expertise and resources. He called for effective collaboration between the ministry and the association.
When we're talking about universal coverage, there is one strategic activity that has been mapped out for all of us across the globe to engage in. We call it strategic partnerships to achieve universal health coverage. The only good thing is the fact that you have resources more than us. So when we team up, so that we can share some skills, resources that we may not have elsewhere.
The board chairman, Professor Agyeman-Beidu Akosa, said it is essential for the association to generate and own its data on the chronic non-communicable diseases. He expressed concern about the inadequate attention given to conditions for which reason the youth are succumbing to them.
Trends in the NCDs, hypertension, diabetes, chronic renal disease, that as a country we've allowed 16, 17, 18-year-olds to move into chronic end-stage kidney disease.
The Ghana Association of Quasi-Government Health Institutions are facilities in state-owned organizations under different ministries and sectors. With about 450 health facilities, it is a contributor to healthcare delivery in the country after the Ghana Health Service and the Christian Health Association of Ghana. The 16-member board include the Chief Executive of COCO Board, Mr. Joseph Boahin Edu, Directors General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, Mr. Michael Luguje and Professor Samuel Dampari, respectively, as well as the Director of Technical Coordination at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Martha Jansa-Lutrot. Sarah Ofori, GBC News, Accra.
The word terrorism has become widespread after the 9/11 attack on the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. Some African countries have also recorded incidents of terrorism. For instance, Ghana's immediate neighbors Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire and Togo have all experienced such attacks, with security experts warning that the trend makes Ghana highly susceptible to an attack. National security says it has cause to believe that the country was targeted for a possible terrorist attack and has thus asked all members of the public to immediately take charge of personal and communal safety. Following a caution letter issued to religious bodies last Thursday, May 12, 2022, to enhance security at all places of worship, the statement called for heightened vigilance at all places of mass gatherings. We have a security expert, Mr. Paul Boateng, via Zoom to help us to really understand the issue and possibly give us an insight into a security-conscious mindset. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Our security experts are advising us to make self-security and corporate security a priority over national security because of the alert that has been issued. Do you see inside a threat materializing?
Well, I think that is how the whole thing should be.
Right, and can you give us some early warning signs to terrorist attacks in relation to how terrorists operate?
Terrorists operate in many ways.
Right.
They can come in, disguise themselves, middle of us, doing business with us. They take notes of target areas. Sometimes they come to specific areas, just trying to test the boss of the security agencies. So they will try to find their way in and see the reaction from the security agencies.
Right.
So there are so many ways of doing it. There are so many ways of testing the strength and how the security agencies within the country will react.
And as people and individuals, how are we supposed to go about it?
Well, because in Ghana we are not security conscious, so now we have to educate them. There are other principles and other philosophies that guide us on this occasion.
Right.
We need to deny them. We need to deny them the access to increase our account. We need to detect, and it's very difficult if you don't have to do that. Because you cannot just come on radio or TV and tell people that if you see any suspicious that you report people. The question is, what are the suspicious that they need to be reported? So we have to educate them, give them visual videos, tell them what they should, expect from the terrorists. So I mean, the way they dress, you see, the way they dress, the way they handle, the way they come to, events, how they behave, it's a complex issue that we can do it. So as a civilian, we can continue to tell them to be vigilant, but we need to educate them more on this issue.
So you are expecting that by this time we should be seeing some infographics on our television networks, educating people on possible ways these attacks may come?
That's the way forward. Because you cannot just tell somebody that when you see suspicious activity report, what is the suspicious activity that the person should report? Because you tell my mother in the state that if you see suspicious activity report, my mother doesn't know anything called suspicious activity.
Right.
So we have to educate the public. The police have to do their best to educate the public. They should show them pictures, how some of the videos that circulating. They can do this as a station, and then, some of the material that to educate the people. Sensitization is good, but they need to do more.
Right. And how are we securing our borders against infiltration by these terrorists?
We need to, train our personnel and do what we call virtual fencing. Technology is about, we can use a lot of this technology and then detect anybody coming in. If we do what I call virtual fencing, and then anybody crosses our border, you can easily detect that this man coming has something on him.
Right.
If there is any weapon or metal, we can easily find out and then apprehend the person. It appears, I don't know, they are not so serious about this kind of technology or securing our borders. The challenge we have in Ghana is our borders.
Right.
You can't rule out how the porous borders and then the threats that is, at our doorstep. You see, a lot of people coming to Ghana, go to Accra now, look at the street. People are in the street begging.
Right.
They are below 10 or maybe let's say 9. After 17 years, just think about what challenges is going to be for the national security. You see everybody, some of these young guys from Sahara and then Sahel region, going around disguising themselves as club collectors. And you have nobody talking about this. Different assemblies are not regulating them. They go to some people's houses and break their house and then they have become armed robbers. Nobody is talking about it. So these are some challenges that we are facing. So some of us, it is not surprising to us that these guys, terrorists are always threatening this because our borders are full of we have allowed ourselves, anybody at all, to come to Ghana and just come and live.
Mr. Boateng, we have been able to identify some unapproved routes. Are we able to man them enough to prevent entries that are not approved as we want it?
We have to. It is the duty of the state to equip the immigration officers and the citizens, especially those staying around the borders. They should also be educated, because sometimes when you go there and you talk to them, they know those coming in are not their relatives, but because they speak the same language, because they are maybe they have the same faith, the same religion, they will tell you, oh, they are my brothers, let them in. These are some of the things that we need to talk about. Yeah. We have to educate them for them to know that, look, this era, we cannot allow anybody to come in and stay here and just come and here, because it is something that we have to do. And I think with your assistance, you have the voice. You can maybe spread this message across, and those who are supposed to listen, they will listen. If the policymakers listen, then that will be fine for us.
You have mentioned some of the options that are available to us as a country, but do you believe we are ready? Do you believe that we have that technological intel to contain such attacks, should there be any attack?
I think we are capable of doing it. The question is, those in charge of affairs are ready to do it. I have my problem with what about the level one, NDC and NDC. It appears the threat that they indicate, the threat that they are afraid of, is using an election.
Of course.
It's not about security of the country. Because the money that they spend from that election, they can use quarter of that money to provide necessary technology for citizens to take care of our borders. Go to the immigration office, talk to those in charge. They will tell you the things that they are going through. They can prevent their budget. Nobody will listen. They will just give them part of it. And our condemn their form. So it's up to the leaders. They should listen. Security is complex. It's expensive. They should take good care of security agencies, and then citizens also will do their best for us to be secure.
Especially when we are able to man our borders during elections, so we don't have others infiltrating in to vote.
That's the point.
Right,
because
I get
they
your
want
point.
To win election.
Right.
They care of election. It's not about the security of the state.
Mr. Boateng, your final words.
Well, I will say that at the moment, the whole world is looking after us. We shouldn't trust the world. So everybody to do this for her part, to assist security agencies to protect them. That is all what I have to do.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Boateng is a security expert who has been sharing some tips with us against terrorist attacks. This year's World Hypertension Day focuses on combating low awareness rates worldwide, especially in low to middle income countries, and promoting accurate blood pressure measurement. As part of activities to mark the day, the Ashanti Regional Health Directorate has received support to train persons to champion the cause of educating people on hypertension and its risk. It was instituted by the World Hypertension League and celebrated on May 17th each year to increase awareness on hypertension. According to the Ghana Health Service, hypertension was the 9th cause of OPD attendance and the 2nd leading cause of hospital admissions in the Ashanti region last year. Additionally, there were over 600,000 newly diagnosed cases of hypertension in the country, out of which over 121,000 were recorded in the Ashanti region, the highest in the country. At a briefing in Kumasi to mark the day, the Ashanti Regional Director of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Emmanuel Tenkrine, said the Ghana Health Service is committed to reducing the burden of hypertension in the region and is collaborating with partners to address the challenge.
Our partnership with the Healthy Heart Africa program, which is implementing the PAL-funded program, a program that is funded by AstraZeneca, has yielded a very significant result and has helped us to reduce the prevalence of hypertension in Ashanti region. This program, since its implementation, has supported Ghana Health Service in training of health workers, including doctors, physician assistants, nurses, and has supplied training and diagnostic equipment to improve the quality of hypertension service in Ashanti region and other regions.
The senior technical advisor in charge of non-communicable diseases at PATH Ghana, an international non-profit organization, Dr. Robert Yeboah said the organization is supporting the Health Directorate to create awareness on hypertension and how to control it.
PATH is collaborating with the Ghana Health Service to raise awareness and improve health outcomes for people living with hypertension, many of whom unfortunately are unaware of their status. Today being World Hypertension Day offers us all an opportunity to raise awareness regarding the dangers of an elevated blood pressure.
As part of the event, some opinion leaders were selected as ambassadors to educate people on the condition. The Regional Health Directorate also organized free health screening.
This is News Hour Live on GBC News and GTV. A former chief executive of the Public Procurement Authority, PPA, Mr. Ajenim Boateng, has been slapped with 17 corruption-related charges by the special prosecutor. They include 8 counts of using public office for profit and 9 counts of directly and indirectly influencing the procurement process to obtain an unfair advantage in the award procurement contract. Mr. Ajenim Boateng has been charged together with his brother-in-law, Francis Kweku Ahin, who has also been charged with 1 count of using public office for profit. The two are expected to be put before the Accra High Court Criminal Division on Wednesday, May 25, 2022. This information is contained in a statement issued by the Office of the Special Prosecutor in a news release on Wednesday. Joining us for some discussions on this matter is the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Mr. Edem Senanu. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to News Hour.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Great. What do you make of the charges from the special prosecutor against Mr. Ajenim Boateng?
Well, first of all, kudos to the office for eventually coming out with this list of various charges.
Right.
Especially on the back of the expose by Manasseh that the embargo on ABIJ's accounts were lifted and monies moved. It's good that we can see that the special prosecutor had not, as it were, removed his attention from the case. So we commend them for being able to do this to this point where they even have a court date and they have laid charges.
Right. But is there a law that allows sanctions on a bank account to be lifted while the matter is in court? As you just said that Manasseh had issued such a report?
Well, yes. Apparently, when the initial term of embargo expired, ABJ got his lawyers to go to court to argue for the lifting of the embargo, which is surprising given that Traj had indicted him that he could not justify most of the money that was in his accounts.
Sure.
So it's unfortunate. It looks like the judge listened to his arguments and probably the state was not represented or properly represented. So they lifted embargo.
The 2 accused persons will be arraigned on Wednesday. What are your expectations?
I am quite certain that Mr. Kisiadebeng will probably have tried to put a watertight case. The major is with see that and probably in his favor indicting and son, the father and the brother-in-law.
And what does this mean to the anti-corruption fight?
It's one good step, many more steps to be taken.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
And
Emergency medical technicians in the northern sector of the country have received training on oxygen treatment for critically ill COVID-19 patients. The WHO-funded program held at Kumasi in the Ashanti region is to equip the technicians of the National Ambulance Service with the requisite skills on handling medical emergencies that pose threat to life.
The World Health Organization estimates the average flow rate of oxygen to severe COVID-19 patients to be 10 liters per minute. In view of the rapid surge in COVID-19 cases in South Africa, China and North Korea, the World Health Organization and the Department of Health and Social Care of the UK have sponsored a training program for emergency medical technicians of the National Ambulance Service. This is to enable them to better handle critically ill COVID-19 patients on oxygen. They were schooled on monitoring patients with breathing difficulties and on how to determine when a patient needed to receive oxygen through a fitted mask or a device that provides supplemental oxygen therapy. The Ashanti Regional Coordinator for the National Ambulance Service is Dr. Dominic Awaria.
Government is committed to improving the emergency medical service system. And whether in hospital or out of hospital, you know you have roles to play. Your role does not just end in climbing the ambulance. You have to get to the hospital. And in some cases, especially in the rural areas, where you don't have the specialists, you may even have to help the nurses and the doctors to attend to a patient that you will take to the hospital. Sometimes you may arrive there, your ambulance may even be more equipped than even the hospital facility. You will need to assist.
The Chief Executive of the National Ambulance Service, Professor Ahmed Nuh Zakaria, commended government for its resolve to build the capacity of the staff and adequately resourcing the National Ambulance Service to swiftly respond to medical emergencies.
I want to take this platform to thank the President and his government for the acquisition and timely distribution of the constituency ambulances. I think each of you sitting here will attest that not because of these ambulances, the outcome of transportation and management of COVID-19 cases in this country would have been a different story to talk of.
15,000-seater sports stadium is expected to be constructed at Sunyani, the regional capital of Bono region. The project, estimated at $45 million, will help in unearthing talents in the Bono region. This came up when traditional leaders from the Bono region called on President Akufo-Addo at the Jubilee House in Accra.
Leaders from the Bono region were at the Jubilee House to congratulate President Akufo-Addo on his second term. Also, they used the occasion to thank the government for undertaking developmental projects in the region, including the 1D1F roads, among others. However, the chiefs had a litany of requests, including roads, upgrading of the Sunyani Hospital to Teaching Hospital, infrastructure for University of Energy and Natural Resources, and Sunyani Technical University.
Sunyani Airport. Emrebi Echem Airport Ajiegu. Emrebi Yakan Wansem from Mamkakra. You ran there na asida in the campaign at your mount. Just say, Nanam, yeah, to say phase 1. Betimi every Sisi, what the Roman only a channel say by ya ubetimi, Abba, Ucha, to my pet, not just say airport, you ran air coso. In him say phase 2, as so, Yebe person kada ube pa hontma say yensha siena Sunyani Airport enye adwuma no na phase 2 no so nka wada roman ka waboaye na no so agya odi aso na bofom na agya pamamfo wetime aye de amabe.
In response, President Akufo-Addo said the Sunyani Airport will soon be commissioned, and that will pave way for the second phase of the project to commence.
A meeting was held in the Ministry of Sports between the company, CK Engineering Company, who have produced the designs of the proposed Sunyani Sports Stadium. So the idea is of a 15,000 capacity sports stadium. Those were submitted today to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, plus the financing arrangements. Now, financing arrangements, so I think Ministry of Finance will engage the contractors and the consultants to agree on the terms of the financing. So far, they're talking about $45 million. I don't know whether that will be accurate. But you can be sure from this information that Yeguzo, we are continuing to look at what needs to be done to complete the sports stadium and bring it into operation.
He assured the chief that a good number of road networks in the region have been given on contract and will ensure that these projects are completed before he ends his second term.
Sunyani Airport Phase 1, na akasemeba na formal commissioning. The member Tennessee say Passionaire has already decided what they want to be called Sunyani Hobby. It's many regional minister. Then we do the formal commissioning of the airport. Now, the second phase, and also by September, we will start it. It's been accommodated for in the mid-year budget in July to start the activity of the second phase in September.
The traditional leaders from the Bono region presented a cloak as a gift to President Akufo-Addo. Edward Nyakun, reporting for GBC News.
The directors of Consolidated Bank of Ghana, CBG, have held discussions with the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu, at his residence at Fadama in Accra. The team was led by the Managing Director, Mr. Daniel Wilson Addo, to introduce themselves to the Chief Imam and establish a healthy relationship between him and the bank. They also made some donations.
The directors of Consolidated Bank Ghana to the National Chief Imam Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu, since the bank was established 4 years ago with a consolidation of 7 banks in 2018. The Managing Director of the bank, Mr. Daniel Wilson Addo, led the delegation and was in the company of other directors of the bank. They were there to seek blessings of the National Chief Imam in their work. They also discussed a relationship between the bank and the National Chief Imam's office and the entire Muslim community in Ghana. Another issue on the table was how the bank can design accounts to favor the Muslim community and to know how the bank can support the Chief Imam in his humanitarian work. The Managing Director of CBG, Mr. Daniel Wilson Addo, congratulated the Muslim community for a successful Ramadan last month and said the Consolidated Bank is prepared to work with the Muslim community.
We're also very much aware of the work His Eminence does, feeding the poor, helping the disadvantaged in society, and we strongly identify with those principles. So we're here today to first of all pay respects, and secondly to pledge our assistance to him in all his humanitarian work.
The National Chief Imam Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu was grateful to the bank for the visit and prayed for the bank's success. He was, however, concerned about the rising terrorism in West Africa.
We are calling on all Muslim community to be alert and to find out certain things, strange characters that enter into our communities, to be able to identify them if we see any sign of terrorist activity, so we can expose them. We caution the youth to be alert, not to be incited by people of criminal character that come to us in the cloak and garb of Muslim clerics.
The bank made a donation of 30 bags of rice, 29 cartons of cooking oil and some cash to the Chief Imam to feed the needy.
We came purposely to congratulate him and the entire Muslim community nationwide for the recent Eid al-Fitr celebration, and also to seek his blessing as the bank continues its journey ahead.
CBG now has 114 branches in 13 regions of the country.
From the Meteorological Agency, the coastal belt of Ghana is expected to experience some moderate rainfall this afternoon. So, if that's not happening in your neighborhood now, perhaps nature has decided to give you a break. According to the Met Agency's Central Analysis and Forecasting Office, a moderate rainstorm with the bulk of it in the sea offshore eastern coast of Ghana is expected to induce cloudiness and produce slight to moderate thunderstorms or rains over some areas within the coastal belt, marine surroundings and the inland areas this afternoon. The northern half of the country will be dominated by sunny periods with late afternoon thundery showers over the upper regions. We bring you business in a bit.
The role of civil society organizations in ensuring that AU policies and protocols are effectively implemented in member countries has been emphasized in Accra. The meeting focused on the AU protocols on free movement.
Society organizations, CSOs, are long-time development partners working at the forefront to solve many of Africa's most pressing development challenges. The meeting in Accra also focused on the need to equip CSOs with knowledge and ideas on the African Union Free Movement Protocol. The presiding officer of the African Union Economic, Social and Cultural Council, Mr. Dennis Kwoli, said the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area demands that all protocols on free movements are enforced.
We are meeting here at the civil society organizations in collaboration with the GIZ of Germany to see how we can regionally, sensitize, educate the civil society organizations and the fraternity so that they are aware of this continental initiative. And we are also requesting the CSOs who are participating here to ensure that this kind of information spreads down to the grassroots so that the ordinary African person or African citizen is aware of these great initiatives that the African leadership are making at the continental level.
A representative from the ECOWAS Commission, Mr. Albert Boateng, said only 5 countries so far use the ECOWAS biometric card, a situation he says needs to change in promoting the ease of movement within the sub-region.
It's to replace what we call the handwritten travel certificate, which obviously for security reasons, it's actually fading out. So the heads of state or the authority actually did think through this to become a reality. And as we speak, we have only 5 countries that have implemented it. We have the Senegal, we have Guinea-Bissau, Ghana, Benin Republic, and the Gambia. So I know work is still in progress in some of the other member states like Sierra Leone, Liberia, and the likes.
The meeting was to also empower the civil society organizations to keep governments on their toes in implementing the continent's free movement protocols in facilitating trade and development on the continent.
Also in business, trade promotion organizations from Jamaica, Malaysia and Zimbabwe received top prizes at the 2022 World Trade Promotion Awards held in Accra. The countries were recognized for launching innovative programs to enhance trade for small and medium-scale enterprises.
The 2022 World Trade Promotion Awards was held to recognize bold and innovative trade promotions around the world at a time when most economies are seemingly bouncing back from the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Executive Director of the ITC, Madam Pamela Cook Hamilton, the awards offer examples of scalable solutions to inspire trade promotion organizations across the globe. The Minister for Trade and Industry, Mr. Alan Tremantin, lauded trade promotion organizations, especially the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, for stepping up to be the lifeline to most businesses in the country. The Jamaican Promotions Organization, JAMPRO, won an award for the best use of partnership. The runner-up in that category was the Qatar Development Bank and Export Development and Promotion Agency. The Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation was adjudged the winner for the best use of information technology. The runner-up was Austria's Trade Promotion Organization. The best initiative for inclusive and sustainable trade went to Zimbabwe's Zimtrade, with the runner-up being the Sri Lanka Export Development Board. The Chief Executive of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Dr. Efua Sabiasari, honored the Executive Director of the ITC, Madam Pamela Cook Hamilton, for her role in ensuring Ghana's successful hosting of the 13th World Trade Promotion Organization Conference.
To host this program in Ghana, you have been very supportive. It hasn't been easy. I think that it's been a success due to all the efforts that all the unsung heroes have done behind the scenes.
The competition, which is open to all national trade promotion organizations, recognizes excellence in trade support services to give SMEs a platform to succeed on the international market.
We're going to the Interbank Forex market and bring you updates on how the city is performing. We'll also update you on latest prices of commodities on the international market.